In this series of videos, I'm going to show you how to use this kit from ST Microelectronics. What you see here is all about my opinion and knowledge about these products. Please go to the website www.st.com for everything you want to know about this product. So this kit has got two components or two boards. The first one is called M24LR-04E, and this is a batteryless EEPROM which also has got a microcontroller, and it's a batteryless because you can read and write using the RFID signals, the radio frequency signal. So it is something similar to the way we have this wireless charger for a mobile phone. And this product is also based on a protocol ISO IEC 15693, and this is very good for learning the ISO IEC 15693 commands. So I'm not be discussing anything more about the first product because I myself don't know. The next board or the second board you get is a RFID reader writer based on a chip CR95HF, and this reader writer supports various protocols, and it's also called as a multi-protocol reader writer. This supports the protocol 15693. It supports both ISO 14443-A and B as well as the ISO 18092. So I bought this board from a website called rsonline.com. So this is the manufacturer's page for this product, and from this page you can download all the documents and software to play with this kit, and this is what the product looked like. So I bought my kit from a website called ukrsonline.com, and these are the two boards you get. The left side red board is the EEPROM, and the right one is the RFID reader writer. And cost wise, it's, as you can see here, they're not very expensive, and I end up paying around £20 because this price is without VAT. I would like to mention the reason for buying this product. So I was looking for a reader writer to use the SRIX 4K chip, and which is ISO 14443 type B tags. So I ended up buying a reader writer called OmniKey 5421, which is around £50, and I could not get this SRIX 4K working with the ACR122U. Some users internet, they claims to have used this ACR122U because ACR122U is based on the PN532 reader writer. And after I started using this, I found this board is very good for the students who wants to learn how the ISO 14443 standards work. So I'm going to show you. It's very interesting that you can see the part 3, which is activation and anti-collision works, and for both type A and type B. It's very good for the students or engineers or software developers to understand the ISO 14443-4 protocols and also called as APDUs. So it's very interesting there as well. So in order to get ready, you have to download various softwares and documents from the website. So I've already show you where to go. So I have got everything downloaded into this folder. So this is the software you'll be using, and if you really want to take this product seriously, I would advise you to go through each and every document, read a couple of times slowly. So I'm going to just open these documents, just the title of the document, and tell you what to look for or what you get in this these documents. So these are the 4 documents I have read. The first document is all about this the software that comes with this kit, and this software explains you how to sorry, this document explains you how to use the software. So the next thing is about the documentation on the chip itself. CR95HF is a reader-writer chip. So if you want to relate this with the other videos I've done, this is something like the PN532 reader-writer chip, and this is a very good document, or I would suggest you this is something you don't want to miss. So just go through this, it's easy to understand. It explains what are the various commands and how to use it. You use this document if you want to integrate this board with your application. So this explains about the DLL that comes with the software. So there are examples on how to call the DLL functions in C and Visual Basic. This document explains, again, this is also one of the interesting to read. It explains how to read and write SRIX. So SRIX chip, I think this is also from the same company. So if you want to work with SRIX 4K tags, probably this is the best board, and also cost effective. So you can see you can buy this for less than 20 pounds. So I'm going to show you how to use the software, and just see all the things you can do. I'm going to focus mainly on the ISO IEC14443 A and B, because I have never worked with the other protocols. Probably in the future videos I'll be prepared to speak on that as well. So this is the kit I got from RS Online, and as you can see, it has got 2 boards. So as I mentioned before, I'm not going to use this EEPROM. Probably there's some interesting about this product. Okay, this product speaks about the energy harvesting. It's a very, very interesting buzzword these days. So if you're doing any project on energy harvesting, probably this is a good kit to start with. So I'm going to unbox it and take out only the blue one, because that's where I'll be interested in. So this is the one, and this doesn't come with a USB cable. You have to buy one, and if you got a printer cable, or if you got Arduino microcontroller, you can use the same cable. So I don't want to speak anything more about this board, because there are some good documentation, and for a developer I don't think we need to know anything what's in this board. We're just interested in what DLLs and what commands are available. So I'm going to connect this, and you don't need a driver, because the manufacturer says it works as a standard USB device, so there's no special driver required as well. So I'm going to connect this to my PC. Probably initially you'll see the red light flashing, so that's a good sign. and let's see what the software has got now. So after you have downloaded the software and installed it, it creates a shortcut on your desktop, and before you run the software, so you make sure you connected the green board or ReadWrite board to your device, and this is the software, and initial looks like it's going to detect whether the board is connected or not. So as you can see here, there are two evaluation boards. This is what we are using, the CR95HF. I've not seen these two, so don't want to make any comments on this. Click on the board you like, the one you have, and so this is the software. Okay, so the first menu allows you to test various commands of this ReadWrite, and the documentation has got very easy instructions on about all these commands. Just go through quickly. IDN, let's see what's an IDN. So again, as you can see here, it's very clear. This is the command code and the length. So to keep one thing in mind, all these commands sent from your PC to this device, they follow a standard format. So it has got the command byte followed by the length of the command followed by the data. So here the command is 01 and the length is 0, so there's nothing, there's no data at all. So just keep in mind, it's a very simple syntax. The command, the length of the command, I'll write it somewhere else. You got the command, the length of the command, and the data. Okay, so if you click on send, so you can see that, this function, what you can see here, it's part of the DLL. So I'll speak about this in detail in my next videos. So you can see that this 0100 is what is this representing, 0100, and this is what the output from that ReadWrite. And if you look at the documentation, IDN is the identification number, so probably some kind of a serial number of this of the chip, and also there is a ASCII version of this as well. So likewise, the second command is called the protocol select. So see, this board is a multi-protocol board. You can choose which protocol to use. So if you want to know how this works in general, say you got a RFID tag here, this is a tag, and this is the green board with the CR95HF, and you got antenna, this is what generates the RF field, and this is connected to your PC. So all your commands from your PC, you'll first go through this board, and this CR95HF is what is communicating with the tag, and all the data get from the tag is sent back to your PC. So if you want to configure this board to use the ISO14443 type A type of tags, then you select this, and you can also send some more information along with this command. So I'm not going to use this. If you look at this command structure again, the command is 02, the length is 2 bytes followed by 2 bytes here. So you can just say send, and you can see that after sending this command you get a response. Again, the response also follows a very similar format. the first byte of the response is the response code. 00 means success. The next byte is the length. 05 is 15 here, and the remaining is the data. So here is a 00 is the response, and the length is 00, so you don't have to look for any data after that. So you got a command for send and receive. This is the command we use, or your application will be using, to send the commands directed to the tag. So right now we just don't know what to type here. So but in later videos, and in fact when I start looking at various the other menus here, I'll come to know how these commands are used. You got idle command, and you got reading from a register, write from register, change the baud rate, and the echo command is just to test the connectivity between our PC and the board, and the answer is 5500. So echo command is something, maybe it's a special command where whatever is sent, it's echoed back, and the 00 is the length. So next I'm going to try to use with the MeFair classic 1K tag, which I know it is 1443A. So there are so many tags here, and you can choose this, but you don't find MeFair classic name here because this board doesn't read MeFair classic 1K. I think it's something to do with the cryptographic algorithm, which is a proprietary of the NXP, and I don't know anything more than what I mentioned now. So the documentation says you cannot read, you need some kind of a add-on to read the MeFair classic card. I'm not too much worried because I would be more interested in the next menu, especially this SRIX 4K. But let's try. And if you remember, first in the beginning of the video I said it's very useful tool to understand the anti-collision and the activation protocols. So as soon as you run here, so a lot of things has already happened. So this is the name of the DLL function. So already echo has been sent, the board has been configured for the ISO14443 protocol, and you can see something has gone in there. This is the data send and response, and there's some more command is been sent here, which is something to do with the configuration. And I'm not very sure all these commands at this stage. Probably maybe after a few videos, okay, I can speak on this as well. So I'm going to clear, and I'm not going to spend more time on this because I'll keep this for some other video, but that's interesting. So first thing I would like to do is just hit on this button, one tag anti-collision and selection process. So many things will happen here. So this is how, if you read any documentation on 1443-3 or part 3, you'll know that the activation starts first with the request REQA, followed by anti-collision, followed by selection. So you can see here this tag has been selected. The UID of the tag is this, and this is very this information what you see here, it's very useful if you want to understand how this RFID thing works. So I'm going to try. You can't do, as I said, this is a MeFair classic which uses a proprietary cryptographic algorithm, and which is not available in this card. So you cannot do any read and write on this particular tag. So I'm going to use the MeFair Ultralight. Let us try what you can do with that. So I'm going to place a MeFair Ultralight tag here, and let's clear. and do the same thing, or you can just close and start all over again. So here the ultralight has got 7 bytes, and if you read the documentation, so many things have gone in here. Say first is the REQA, the anti-collision 1 followed by selection 1, and if you read the documentation, in this stage the card will send the part of the UID. So as you can see here, the 040E39, this is part of this UID 39 up to here, and because this is 7 byte, it has to go through one more cycle of anti-collision step. That's anti-collision 2 followed by the selection 2, and after this second anti-collision step, the card is selected. Now this MeFair ultralight doesn't use the classic crypto algorithm, so you can read and write. So let's try to read the content of block 0, and if you have seen my videos on MeFair ultralight, the read command returns 16 bytes starting from the block address. As you can see here, this is the content first 4 pages 0 to 4. You can just start random anywhere. So you can read the ultralight, and if you have seen my other videos, ultralight EV1 and the NTAG 203, 213, they're all have the same kind of a feature. So for just read and write, you can use this software. Let us try to write. I'm going to change the content of page 5. So write. So let's see where it goes. By the way, I think it goes to the page 5. So I'm going to write, say, 41, 42, 43 and 44. Right. So you can see what all things are going on here. We know that A2 is the write command, followed by the 5 bytes, and which is followed by the data. And I think the 28, we just try to say what it is. I'm sure it's something to do with writing 8 bytes. So we'll discuss that probably in detail later. So let us see if I read again. Yeah, as you can see, the write is possible, so you can write it. So we just saw that read and write, and also this software is so important. If I have to integrate use this DLL, so we will understand the series of commands we have to send. So I'm sure when you start integrating with this board, I'm sure you'll be working with this screen parallel to the your software as well. Next, I'm going to show you how to read and write the SRIX 4K, and we know it is a type B tags. You can go and directly choose this. So I advise you to also have the documentation of SRIX 4K in order to understand various commands. So I have made nice videos on how to use SRIX 4K using OmniKey 5421. So I would suggest you to see those videos. Again, you can read and write. The first thing you are going to do is just as you can see again, as soon as you open this screen, you got the echo command followed by selection of protocol B followed by increase in the gain. So I don't know why this is required, but because we know how to use, we know the series of the bytes, so probably now if I have to integrate this, probably I will do this as well. Clear? So the first thing is, see, the type B, interesting is the type B selection and anti-collision steps. It's a very long process compared to type A, but it's very interesting concept in there. So there are so many documentation on internet. I would advise you to read that. So if you click this, okay, so many things has happened here. So type B speaks about the initiate, the p call, the slot marker, and eventually with all these steps it will end up selecting this tag and getting the UID. So all these commands, say getting UID, like these are the SRIX4K specific commands. So here this is the UID of this tag, and you can read the block. We know that SRIX4K has got 127 blocks of 4 pages. So here it is. You can read everything. Probably just go and hit read single block. So it has read everything from 7071 and so on. So again, to write it, you can just go and write any page. But SRIX4K has got so many interesting features like the OTP, like the counters, and it has got the locking. So in order to do all those things, you have to somehow map that concept to this bytes here. Say for example, say if you want to lock something, you just have to know. So the best thing, if you have seen my previous other videos on SRX4K, you can find out what should be the byte pattern and come and enter that values here. So before I end this video, I would like to show you one more tag, that is the MIFED SFAR EV18K, and this is ISO14443-4 type of tags. And just go with the MIFED tags and click on the first step. This has gone through the same anti-collision sequence from select 1, select 2, but we know that all type 4 tag supports the command called RATS, RATS, and just clear that. If you click RATS, and this command will work only if the tag is of type type 4, and this gives you more information about these tags. So if the tag is a type 4, the tag also supports the type 4 protocol as well. So I still not played anything more about this. Probably in later videos I'm going to show you. So keep coming back to these videos. Next I'm working on how to make a simple reader writer for SRIX4K, which is very similar to the way I did for OmniKey 5421. Thank you.